Making earnings from the solo cash cup will be easier once you learn how to maximize your chances of winning. In this video, I will show you 3 creative maps and teach you how to use them properly to get better. And there's one more final step at the end, which is something everyone who has made earnings has done. The first creative map you need to be using is LV Cup Zone Wars. It's a creative map that uses the same format as the solo cash cup / victory cups. So the practice feels a lot more real. Players who are going to be playing victory cups are playing the Zone Wars, and it's going to be good practice and feel really real. So I think it will help you actually lose your nerves as well. Like, that's one of the reasons why this is so useful. It's because it feels like the real thing. And not only that, it gets your practice for endgame up there. Like, it helps you improve a lot at tarping, staying frontside, doing things like that. For this map, how you can get the most out of it to improve the most, you need to be watching videos or learning strategies that the best players are using, and then basically just pick one of those strategies and practice using it in this map. And what's so useful is because it's literally, the games are so quick and repeat so often, you can just keep practicing that one skill that was in your mind. So it could either be a fighting technique that players use in endgame, either some type of edit with a wall when trying to get a refresh, or just some ideology like it's always important to be staying frontside. Now, this practice is really good, but the next creative map is just as important, because if you don't use this, you will not, your mechanics will be slow and you will not be able to fight. The next creative map is from our own truly. I don't know why I'm saying that, but basically I'm saying is we all in the Fortnite scene really like Rezon Anon for his amazing fighting skills and just his personality. But yeah, it's his 1v1 map. There's two reasons why this map is great. One, it's really low input delay, so like free building, as you can see here, is really nice. And then the second thing is it's great for free building. What's so good about this map is you should be practicing 2 things on this map. One, go into the public mode of it and find players and fight them and practice your fighting. Yes, it is creative fighting, but I'll get onto something in that for the next creative map. But it helps improve like the speed of your mechanics, like quick fighting, which can happen when you're going up against really good players. So you need to be practiced in that. So in these maps, I would recommend, in this map when you're fighting, doing the 1v1s, I would recommend you try and be quick, but don't be flashy, if you understand what I mean. Like you can see here on our free building, I'm doing quick builds and stuff, but now it's a little bit flashy, some of them I'm messing up there, but I'm not trying to be like doing quadruple edits. Yes, I'm doing triple edits and stuff like that, but I hope you know what I mean. Sometimes here in this video I am doing fancy edits, but you don't need to do that. You need to practice being quick, but not doing like montage worthy edits, okay? Just whatever you think is useful in an actual game. Like the edit I just did there was not useful. The double edit downstairs, that is very unlikely to be useful in a game. The second thing is what I was doing, free building. Free building is crucial to do good in victory cups, to be able to practice better. Not only does it warm you up, it's a great thing to do to warm up your hands before anytime you play Fortnite, but it's really good at practicing your muscle memory and your edit speed and building. You can either, to maximize using this map, I would recommend maybe you watch pros, see what building techniques they do or what's their favorite type of edits while doing some type of free build, and then just copying that and trying to do that in this map. And with time, you'll see your mechanics and your building and editing will have improved massively. And from the 1v1ing, you realize you will have learned a lot of things from the 1v1ing. And that's what's so useful with creative maps, is you can practice things like that so quickly compared to playing ranked. But you know what? Speaking of ranked, it's important to get realistic practice, and this is where the next creative map comes in. finest realistic 1v1s map is very popular, and I'm sure you've all heard of it before, but don't just stop now. You need to listen to what I'm about to say, because some people are not using this map correctly. When you're going into this map to do your 1v1s, it's very simple. You choose weapons and you fight with that loadout in a realistic scenario. You get a certain amount of mats, a certain amount of heals, and then you fight. But so things I have to remember here is to get the most out of this practice, you should be doing what I'm doing in some of these fights, is forcing it into a box fight. Even though you've loads of mats, that does not mean you should be going into a very massive build battle where you're going up to the sky, because that doesn't happen in real games. You don't want to use all your mats, and then once you eliminate the player, he also used all his mats in a build battle and you have nothing. Instead, forcing a box fight is what a lot of the best players do. They're more safe, they're safer because third parties can't shoot you as much, and they don't waste each person's materials, so then whoever does get the elimination actually still is chilling in the game. So yes, it's important to try and force it into box fights. Now you still do want to practice some elements of build battling, but I would say you do not want to go into this and just start cranking 90s. You want to try and fight it like you do in realistic matches, and how you see pros fight in realistic matches in ranked or tournaments. Alright guys, 1v1 realistics, really crucial and really helpful to improve your fighting. And when you fight other players, you'll actually learn some things that they do to outplay you, and you learn some new things that you try in them to outplay them, and you'll remember that for your tournaments. And one more final thing about this is, if you get matchmaked against a bad player, still play them, alright? Because underestimating opponents happens all the time in tournaments for me, and if I just 1v1 these bad players in realistics, I'll realize more often that I shouldn't just get too confident and start not trying. But fighting against these bad players in realistics will teach you that just get the elimination by using what you think is right and do not get cocky. Alright, that's all good and all, but this last thing is where you see what the pros are doing, and this will help you improve massively. And every player that has made earnings is doing this. So what is the final thing to maximize your earnings at the Solar Cash Cup? Well, it's VOD reviewing, but some people VOD review wrong, and you also might not like VOD reviewing, but it's okay because I have a solution. VOD reviewing, whenever I was told to do it when I was trying to get better at the game, I would always say, alright, I'm not going to do that, that takes too much time, and I would just ignore it, skip on to more parts of a video, or just click off the video there and then. But it's alright because I have a solution. I do VOD reviews on my channel. They're not that long, 10 minutes. I clip out the boring parts and put in the parts where I'm giving the useful tips I learned from watching these pro players, and then you get to take all the knowledge way quicker than what it took me to actually analyze and learn from these pros. And there's so many useful things that I have discovered myself from watching these pros while actually explaining to ye and helping ye. And I'm shocked, by the way, that VOD reviewing is what they say it is. It is so helpful. Seeing what the best of the best are doing and just copying them or taking inspiration from or learning from them. It helps so much to improve at anything, honestly, I believe. But this is Fortnite now, so what helps with Fortnite? Well, this does, VOD reviewing. If you want to VOD review yourself, I would recommend you find some of the most respectable pros, or just players that are doing good at what you want to do good at. So if there's players getting lots of kills and you want to improve at your fighting, I'd recommend watching them. If there's players that aren't getting a lot of kills but they're surviving consistently all the time in endgame and you want to improve at your endgame, I'd watch them. And just sometimes just watch some random player who's placing well in the high things, and you might just discover a new strategy that they're using. Alright guys, these are all the things you need to be doing to maximize your chances of winning, and I believe if you do well, you might just get your first earnings, or get more earnings than you already have. If you want to keep getting better at Fortnite, please subscribe, as I do videos every day. And if you want to watch a VOD review, click the video on screen right now. This will help you get way better. Thanks for watching and goodbye.